Welcome everyone to our second tutorial of GloBIS Blitz scam screening, free DIY tips for you to quickly screen companies worldwide. This session is called Recognizing a Scamming Email. We all get tons of emails every day, and these tips will help you quickly recognize if you should just delete an email because it is a scam. Let's take a look at an actual email I received. Starting from the top, I see that the subject matter says funding. Well, anytime I see that an email has to do with funding, giving me money, I get suspicious. So that's already a check against this email. I look at the website of who sent the email and I see that it says .pl. PL stands for Poland, so that means that that company is based in Poland. I see that the email is not addressed specifically to me by name, it just says hello. And I see at the bottom, they were kind enough to put a physical address down there, but it says that the company is based in Bahrain. Well, Bahrain and Poland are two separate countries. In fact, they're on two separate continents. So this is not looking very good to me. In fact, just based on that, two different countries, not addressed to me by name, has to do with money, I would say this is probably a scamming email, and I would delete it and I would move on to other emails. But for the sake of this tutorial, what else could we do? For those of you who watched GloBIS Blitz scam screening number 1, Who is Your Daddy? You got it. We're going to look up the Who is registration details of this company in Poland. So I just pasted into the Who is search database to see when it was created. I see that it was created in 2017. I wasn't expecting that. That means that it was created more than 1 year ago. Remember from Who is Your Daddy, if a website was established less than 1 year ago and for only 1 year, that's a huge warning sign of a scam. But this website was established way more than 1 year ago. So maybe I should take a closer look at that email I received. Maybe it's not a scam. What else could I look up? Well, they were kind enough to actually put a company name in there for the company in Bahrain. So I want to see if I can actually find a website for that company. I'm going to go back to Google and just paste that company into it and see what comes up. The very first entry comes up with a website for that company. So I'm going to go back to my trusty Who is search, paste that website into it, and see when was that website created. Well, it was created less than 1 year ago, and I see that it is set to expire 1 year from the registration date. So you got it again, ding, 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 less than 1 year ago, and for only 1 year for that website is a huge warning sign that it is a scam. I also noticed that the registrar of this website is Namecheap, and we have seen very, very many scamming companies have used this registrar to register their website. So these are warning signs for me that maybe my first hunch was correct about this email, but I want to see if there's anything else I can do to see whether this is a legitimate email. I see that there's an actual name who sent the email. So I'm going to go back to Google and I'm going to Google that person's name and see what it says. Well, I wasn't expecting that either. It says that he's a big cheese with the US Air Force. Well, these are more and more things that are not adding up. The email is sent from a company in Poland. It says that it is from Bahrain. The person who supposedly sent it is based in the United States, and he's a US Army person, has nothing to do with providing venture capital money. So based on all of these things, I would say this indeed is a scam. My initial reaction was correct. I'm going to delete the email and move on to other emails. If you found this tutorial helpful, please say that you liked it and subscribe to receive notifications of more free tutorials of GloBIS Blitz scam screening to help you quickly screen companies worldwide.